All right, so I'm going to continue making decks out of the Kaladesh deck builders toolkit. I already made a a green black deck, which I'm going to keep intact. And actually, I may even make it online and play it and put it on my blog. And then I decided that I was going to take, instead of building something pure blue and then dismantling it in this white blue artifact deck, or starter group. I would just combine it. I just combine it with white and blue. I just pick everything that's white and blue. So let's take these two out, these prophetic prisms. They'll be the topics for whatever deck we make. And then just do like all the creatures, enchantments, set them aside. So creatures, instance, creature. And let's just build a nice white-blue deck with all these cards, which we have enough cards to build it with. Creature, instant. I'm putting the artifacts and the enchantments aside. We're definitely going to be using that sorcery. That's really nice late game draw in a casual game. Artifact creature. Okay, creatures go there. Artifact creatures. And then, so now we have, and then we have all the white creatures that we have from the white selection. We're going to put them all here. We don't have any white sorceries, so we're just going to put the instance there, and the enchantments down here, and then all the blue stuff, lots of creatures. So now, I mean, this deck is going to have a ton of creatures to select from, which we have 4 of these, because it's all about drawing equal to the number of them in your graveyard. So you want to have 3 on the graveyard, and then draw from the 4th one a ton of cards. Okay, so then enchantments. Alright, so these are my critters in white and blue and artifact that are not in the last remaining selection, which is really the red artifacts selection. We're going to leave that one alone because that's going to be everything else. These are going to be my sorceries to pick from. I'm going to set them aside. These are going to be all my instants. I'm going to leave them there. Then I got a bunch of artifacts back here and some vehicles, at least one vehicle. And these can all go in a white-blue deck. So that's great. Did I see any artifact creature? I think I saw, yeah. Let me get my act together here, because I actually have more creatures here. There's one, there's another, and another 2. So now what I'm going to do is do my my mana ramp for my creatures that I have. Sorry for all that shuffling in front of the camera where you didn't see anything that I was doing. Okay, so heavy, 2-drop, heavy, 3 drops. They're all 3 drops. Four drop, 6 drop, 4 drop, 4, 2. Finally, a 1 drop. That's really going to help. When you play blue, it's really hard to get a good creature count because blue is not where the set has a bunch of good creatures. Oh, there we go. Our other filigree familiar. So look at that. We have one lone 1-drop in this whole deck, and it's going to put a white human creature token onto the battlefield. So that's going to kind of suck for this deck, not to have any. See all my non-creature. So then I've got a whole bunch of 2-drop creatures, a lot of them, too many I would say. even though they're all 2-drops. So I'm going to have to really be careful about what I pick. So I'm going to separate the flyers from the non-flyers. This thing has Defender, and I already know that I'm going to be picking things out, so I'm just going to take it out. So I think sight unseen, I pick all the flyers to be in the deck, and the Defender stuff to be out. It's nice to have one tapper, but you don't want to have too many, because other than being a tapper, it's got to be a non-human that you're tapping, so you really run a high risk. I'm going to take one out already. And then I got my dwarfs at 2-drop, and I've got this guy. Whenever it attacks, it gets +0, +2. So it's got a fat butt. I'm going to preliminarily take it out, just because. And then these dwarves are good for hitting your ETBs, your enter the battlefield. I don't know if we have a lot of that stuff going on in this deck already anyways. I don't see anything in here. Well, you can get energy from this guy. Enters the battlefield, you look at the top. Okay, so that's not bad. So let's keep them all, because they're all ETBs. Okay, so they're all enter the battlefield cards. So right now, what's my creature count up to is 3, 6, 10. And I'm up to the 2-drops. So let me go through my 3-drops. Got a good selection. So as always, what are my flyers? This guy I'm going to keep for sure, so I already know. Flyer. This one's going to help me with all my tokens, but I'm not sure I'm making a lot of tokens that are only servos and thopters. I think I'm actually going to take this one to the side, because I know I'm going to use it later with the everything else deck. So I've got prowess is really nice. I want to keep that. Draw a card when it dies. That's really good too. Tapper, flyer, 3/2/2. When you cast it on, I'm looking at this hound. I'm not going to have a ton of non-creature spells. I'm going to take it out. When it dies, draw a card. I already have another one of those. That's fine. These two, I'm not too sure about. It'll tap something. I don't really like these flying drakes. They're kind of lame. So I'm going to take it out. And so right now I'm really adding 7 creatures. So I'm now up to 17. I'm going to double check my count. 4, 8, 12, 17. So yeah, for sure I have 17 creatures. Then in my fatties, I don't really need to get it to up 24 in a white-blue deck. I can have a lot of really good instants and sorceries and just call it quits at like 20 or something like that. If you control another spirit, you gain 3 life. That's lame. This is good. That's going to be my fatty angel. Cost 1 less for each artifact you control. It's going to force me to have too many artifacts as a 7-drop. I'm going to take it out altogether. When an artifact enters the battlefield, this guy gets flying. Think about it. This is really good. Great and limited, and really great for a fun beginner's deck. You're in, buddy. Flying and haste, you're in. Flying drops tokens, even though it's only a 0/3. It's a 5-drop. I'll have to think about it. My friend Sarah Angel, you're in. My big angel, you're in too. So I already got some really big fatties in this deck that I want. Look at all that. 4, 4, 5, 6, 6. So got to be careful with what I pick for the middle. This is okay. Now this is great. I have too many fatties, but they're really good. Flying, tap target creature with flying. Investigate when it enters the battlefield. Not bad. I don't control another zombie, you're out. Oh, here's another one of these guys. Emerge with Flash, 957. I don't know. I don't know. These guys are not in. I already have some really good cards to go in here. So all these guys were really not good for various reasons. 0-3, gaining life, which is lame. Another artifact gains flying. This guy gives me energy. Another attacking creature gains indestructible. I don't know. Not too crazy about that. My 4-drops are looking pretty lame, except for these guys. Can only block creatures with flying, so it can basically not block unless somebody has a flyer. But it's good. It's really good to have a 4/4/3 flying. Forget about that clause. Well, actually, means you can't block with it, but you can fly over things. So I would actually keep them in the deck. And all of these cards, they're just not gonna make it. And we have a great selection. This is how great this product is. Like I was saying when I started, that I already have 4, 4, 12, 16, 19. So 19 cards in the 1 to 3 range. I think definitely 20 and 21 of these two dudes for sure. I don't know. I love these Eldrazi, but they're so big. And these are my 6-drops, 5-drop, 4-drop. Flying and haste. That's really good, even for a 4/3/2. In a casual deck like this, I really would want to have it. And Sarah Angel is Sarah Angel. This thing is pretty good because you can do an ETB on something, but you know what? I'm going to pass on it. Enters the battlefield, and I'm going to pass on Indestructible. I'm down to these two, and I'm going to do my count again because I think I was up to 20. And if that's the case, then these are going to be my last two. I don't know what I did here. Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's do another pass. 4, 8, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. Whoa, 22. Okay, I guess I can have 24. Okay, so now let's do a review again to make sure we didn't go crazy on the cards. We don't have 25 or 23. So I'm going to do them this way. So I've got some heavy stuff for more flyers, 8. My 3 spot is kind of empty. 12, 16, 20, and 24. And these dwarves have good ETBs. You may return, so you don't really have to. That's pretty good. So incredibly enough, even though it's white-blue, I managed to have 24 cards. So now I can go, and I'm not going to pick our friend, the gigantic Eldrazi. So I've got a pile of things that I didn't pick. And now I got to go through and think about other ideas for the deck. Preventing damage is lame. Enchanting like this, where when an opponent casts a spell, single target, I mean, this is so situational. I'm done with that. This is actually a good option for dropping a bunch of tokens. +2/+2 vigilance, no. Terrarian, yes. So I wanna have at least one Terrarian in this deck. Then I got a bunch of. Let me look at my instance. My sorceries are down here somewhere. I took them out of the picture. I'm not gonna take inventory because 2 for 1 card, and there's no way that I'm gonna have enough critical mass for this, so it's out. Put the top 5 cards of your library. Reveal the top 5. Put up to 2 into your hand, the rest into your graveyard. Not really Not going to play enough instants and sorceries to do that. You're in. Counter a target spell, draw a card, then discard a card. Yeah, the counter spells in this set are lame, so I'll pick that. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Very weak, but I may have to use it. Counter target non-artifact spell. This is like the battle cruiser lame mana leak. It's so taken out of power. It's so underpowered compared to mana leak. Reveal piles. I don't know. This could be fun for like you're playing with your friends and you want to do something cool. I'm actually gonna think about this. Exile target creature you control. Return it again to the battlefield. If it's a spirit, no. At the beginning, turn that card to. This is good. We'll keep that. Man, I'm gonna get a lot of those ETB dwarfs if I get to play them. Battle trick for 4, no. Tagging, this is good. We need some destruction. Deal 3 damage, good. Love the name, impeccable timing, because it is a battle trick. Another destroy, that's good. Another one of these. Return target spell or creature to its owner's hand. That's good. This is kind of like Remand minus a draw card. Exile 2 creatures, return this card. That's alright, but we're not doing that a lot. And tap enchanted. That's not that terrible. This gives a fat butt to something. We don't need that. That actually deals 1 damage to entire creature or player. 5/6/6 crew 3. I don't know. I'm gonna set it aside for now. Leave it out. This is good. So let me see how many we have so far, non-creature spells that I thought should be in the deck. 4, 8, 12, 13. So actually, our friend Epiphany at the Drown Yard, I'm not sure it's going to make it. It's kind of cool, but not cool enough. No. And this I think I'm going to leave it for the remaining deck, the third deck with the everything else. So I think I'm going to take something out of here. 4, 8. Something has to go. It's not Terrarian. It's not this guy. The counter spells are really lame, so maybe one of them can go. This guy is pretty good. Yeah, these are good. The impeccable timing, the puncturing light, acrobatic maneuver, puncturing light again, long road home. Yeah, all those are really good. So the return to hand thingies, this tapper for 4, take it out. That's it. That's the card. So I was going to think about that tokenizer from Vessel of Ephemera, but I changed my mind. So there we go. So I think we have 4, 8. Oh, wait a minute. 4, 8, 12. I still have to take something out. I definitely want to take this out. Okay, so that's it. That's the deck. So now we do the mana curve just to make sure we're not going crazy on this deck. So 1, okay. 2 drops, 3 drops, then everything that's 4 and above I'll just put down here and I'll look at it later. It's all super heavy stuff. 2, yeah. Mana Leak is so much better than this card. It's the same drop. The player plays 3 and it counters any spell. So much better. Turn, target non-land. That's good. These are great on curve. A bunch of 1-drops, which is great for a white-blue deck that's going to have kind of like, it's gonna be kind of like it's not gonna be like this. It's gonna be almost like that. It's gonna has a lot of low drops and then a lot of high drops. So this is all right. This is all right. So we'll leave that there. Those are the 2 drops. And then this is the rest of the curve. 4s, some 5s and a 6. That's not terrible for a white blue. Okay, so I think this is our deck, friends. I think this is it. Terrarian, then this 1-drop dude. You can put a token, then exile something and return it. Destroy something, again, exile, return something, counter in a very lame way, but you gotta, you know, this is the standard that we're in. Return something also, but you don't draw a card, which is lame. Then your flyer, another flyer, something with an enter the battlefield ability that you can use. More enter the battlefield. Something that can tap one of your opponent's creatures. It better be a non-human. Again, that same flyer, another flyer. An exiler card where you draw something. A tapper, doesn't hurt. Something that when it dies, you draw a card, 2 of them. Something with prowess. A flying dwarf, our friend Filigree Familiar, which we always want to have. A flyer with flash. One of these lame counter spells, but you got to do something, you know, about counter spells in white blue. More flyers, they could be better, but they're fine. This guy is a lot of fun, very protective. A flyer with haste. Draw 3 cards. That's pretty good. You're always going to have an artifact, so you're fine. I didn't even go through the artifacts that I could add, frankly, which I forgot the same way when I built the last deck. And I think I had set them aside somewhere. I had another Terrarium. Oh no, this is my red range. These are my red cards. I think they're here. They're in this other pile. Made the same mistake in the last build, but frankly, I don't think I have any artifacts that are really, really good that are worth putting in. Are they here? This is all my green and black leftover stuff. Okay, I guess we're done. We're done with this. Got all the stuff we needed. So yeah, there you are. That's your white blue deck.